Look. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Buffalo Fanatics proudly brings to you. Oh, I don't want to do my wrestling bang, but y'all know what it is. I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys are feeling fantastic. It wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't a pretty game. And that's okay. Am I still muted? Am I still muted? Can you guys hear me? We good now? I just got to make sure we straight. Talk to me now. Talk to me. Just give me one of these and we straight, baby. Let's go. I just need one more. No, we hear you. We good? Let's do it. So, you know what? I can't do it without doing my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rico Report. This is the Buffalo Fanatics. I am your host, Rico. Welcome to the Rico Report. Let's get to it. This was not a pretty game. This was not a pretty game at all. And I'm going to tell you something. It's easy for us to sit here and go, damn, we in trouble. We are in trouble. It's easy for us to do that. And I have to say, I gotta quick fix something real quick because I can't do my man Bobby a disservice. I can't do that. I gotta give it to you guys clean. So welcome each and every one of you guys. This is the Rico Report. There's 200 of y'all in this bitch. Do me a favor, smash that like before we get started. You know what I'm saying? My top came in. I'm telling you, man, we moving the drip. The top came in, baby. Is here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. They've been pretty nice to us as of late. You know what I'm saying? We make a t-shirt now. All of a sudden we straight now. But nonetheless, welcome to the Rico Report. So we got to talk about this game, man. The Bills take down, or I would like to say we kicked our way past the New Jersey Jets. I refuse to call them the New York Jets. I'm going to do my very best not to call them that. We kicked past our way the New Jersey Jets. And I'm telling you right now, it was not a pretty game. 18-10. No touchdown scored. I can't remember the last time. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because there have been some games where we haven't played very well. But it's been a while since we've gone touchdown-less. It's not something that I want to get used to. Shout out to my girl Tina. Jets defense came to play. Have to give them credit. Division game, not surprised. Absolutely not a surprise. Absolutely not a surprise. When you look at the betting spreads, they had us at -10, right? 10 points, -14. Up here in Canada, it was -14. I was like, what? You think we're going to whoop them by 2 touchdowns? You're sorely mistaken. This thing was tough. At one point, we were down, 10-0? Yeah, I mean, we had to get our act together. It was not a pretty game. It was not a pretty game. However, hold on a second. Boy, you know where to go. bffanshop.com, baby. Y'all know where to go. It's the BF Fan Shop. This is where all the merch is at. Now, let's get to it. Before we get to the good, the bad, the ugly, let me get my mic back in the way. We have to talk about a few things, right? We have upcoming opponents that are going to be very tough. And if we are going to sit here and give that type of performance out there, we can't. By the way, shout out to my guy, the Pull-Out King. We got the W, but can we buy a TD second half? D didn't look horrible, though. Absolutely. There were definitely some adjustments. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing we've got to take solace in. There were some adjustments that had to be made, and we took full advantage of it. My guy Jay Money, I'm the one that normally gives people nicknames. I didn't give you that nickname. That was given to you. So I gotta call you Jay Money now. Short intermediate game, a passing game. Opened up the run. But what was up with the red zone offense? Yes, we're gonna talk about it, people. We're gonna talk about it. Before we get into that, we gotta say this, man. The AFC East, we have a stranglehold over the AFC East. Let's talk about it, man, because if you think about it, right now the Niners are in control as of right now. The game's still early, but the Niners are in control. They take down the freaking New England Patriots, man, and we're up. We're gonna be up 2 games if my memory serves me correct. I think they're 3-2, 2-3, and the Miami Dolphins are 3-3. folks, we have a grand opportunity to take hold of this damn division. And it's been a while, man. I want this division. I really want it bad. I don't want us to break down and all of a sudden start letting these guys climb back in. A win is a win. At the end of the day, a win is a win. But sometimes ugly wins, you got to dig deep. You know what I'm saying? We got to dig deep into the chest and bring out some heart to make things happen today. And there were several, I can't say several, there were a few players that stuck out today. You know what I'm saying? Play of the game for me. Although it was a penalty, although it was the game was pretty much nearly done. It was over with. But that hit from Micah Hyde on that poor Perriman, shoulder to the face, shoulder to the chest, however you want to look at it. He didn't go head to head. He didn't headhunt you. You know what I'm saying? It's a bang, bang play. But that to me, that hit right there told me, okay, y'all got nasty in you. We need that 24/7. We need that. Don't give it to us at the end of the game. We want that all day long. And today, we had some people that had to really gut check themselves today. We really had some people that really had to gut check themselves and say, you know what? Someone's got to make a play. That's got to be me. Micah Hyde with that play was kind of like, okay, we do have a little bit of nasty. We can get some hits on him. And that was the one person I would have never expected to make that hit. Micah Hyde, right? He's just an overall solid player. I didn't expect it, but you know what? I will take it. My girl, Caitlin Blount, what's going on, my lady? Can't stay, just stopped in to show BF love. That's my girl. It's my son's birthday. Happy birthday. Any chance I can get Riley happy birthday shout out to before I go. Listen, Riley, I don't know how old you're turning. I'm going to take a guess you're turning 8. So happy birthday to my guy, Riley. And I hope mom treats you good. I hope she gets you something real good, real nice. And then she takes you on and fills your belly real good. And then you get to stay up a little bit. You got school tomorrow, but you get to stay up a little bit. That's it. Caitlin, salute to you. I appreciate you for sure. So here's the deal. Let me get this super chat real quick and we keep moving. My man Thomas Falzone. Love Micah Hyde. Total clean hit. Our discipline should have been addressed better though. Offensive penalties just killed us. And Dane Jackson. Yes, we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the penalties because we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. So I got my notes. I just want to take a peek. I want to take a peek to my notes on what I wanted to talk about. So the fact that it wasn't really a really pretty game, nonetheless, it allowed us to, you know what I mean, some players to really gut check themselves. Real big gut check. So let's go through the statistics today. All right. The Bills come away with an 18-10 victory. With that 18-10 victory, we move into, I mean, we were already in first place, which is really nice to say. But we solidify ourselves in first place with a 5-2 record. My goodness, does that feel better than going 4-3? Wow, panic. We would have been pushing the panic button, saying, "Okay, something's gotta give." But we prevailed. We came up with the W. We are now 5-2, which is just to the optics, to the eyes, it looks good. All right. Now, Josh Allen, once again. You know what I'm saying? He's back to it. 300-yard game. I mean, we were crying for that 300-yard game last year, right? We wanted that 300-yard game heavy. Now he's giving it to us as best he can, man. I think it was only 2 games that he has to give it 300 plus game. I think 2 games. He had one with 288 and the other one was 260. 3 games actually. I put it that way. So, but the fact is, my man is putting up some numbers right now. So he had a 300-yard game. He went 60. What was the percentage he hit today? He was at 69%. Did I write that down? 60. He was at 70% today. 69.7. I'll push it up to 70. 70% completion percentage today. He's not accurate. He's this. He's that. The boy can be. When he forces it, when he forces the ball, that's when he becomes that guy. So today he let the game come to him a little slowly, but he let the game come to him. And that way he will dart you all over the field. So I don't want to hear Terry Bradshaw, career 51% freaking thrower, talk about accuracy. Shut your old ass up, number 1. All right? Number 2, the fact of the matter is we throw for a 300-yard game, 90 QB rating, took 2 sacks. That boy is a beast, man. When you have your left guard and Ike Barker getting pushed around and you sit there, stiff arm the one defender with your throwing hand, stiff arm the other guy and able to throw the ball out, yo, that is the Josh Allen that we all love. It makes us cringe a little bit, but we love that Josh Allen, don't we? We absolutely do. So the fact of the matter is, 300-yard rushing, 300-yard passing game, with a 7. He was completing 7 yards a throw, which I absolutely love. The fact that he's, he's going for the first down. I love that a lot. PJ says Moss was running like a boy last week. This week he was running like a man. Yo, he had no choice. He had no choice. But at the same time, your offensive coordinator has to dial up the plays for you. Dial up what you do well. If you are a north-south type of runner, get him in position with a fullback or not, whatever you guys want to do to make him get the best that he can get, right? Now, Josh Allen, 300-yard game, 30 for 43 with a 70% game. Excellent. He missed some opportunities, but he took what the defense gave him. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, this is what the defenses are going to be playing going forward. Take away the top and let him beat you intermediately. And guess who gets to eat? That's right, Cole Beasley. So we're going through the stats, right? Rushing. Josh Allen led the day with rushing. 11 for 61 yards, carrying 5 yards a carry. He had a long of 17. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, what have we been saying? If the success that we have is when Allen runs the ball. My man Damon said it. Look this game for him to now start spreading it, design runs, all that good stuff. And so defenses have no choice but to kind of pull up on us. And they had to. And that's how we made our second half adjustments. That's real talk. Jason Miller says, I think the Bills watched the show with they did. They watched the show with Damon. Saw Josh running. We saw safety corner blitzes, shorter throws, Gilliam as fullback. I mean, yo, you guys said it. This was one of those best guests that we had. Damon did a fantastic job. And you know what? The way he was talking to me was kind of goonish. You know what I'm saying? He had a bit of goon look to him. I didn't really like it because you know what? I don't know if he sent his cousin, Mr. V Goon, but Mr. V Goon, welcome to the Pink Squad, baby. Let's go. Here's the deal. Scott Van Loo also has something to say. Scott Van Loo, salute to you, my guy. I think the two players of the game would be, I know Bass missed 2 critical field goals, but I think he, in my mind, was a player of the game. And my boy Moss, I would say, is a player of the game, especially coming back from injury. I will agree with you that, let me put it this way. I have my game balls that I want to give out. And one of the players that you just said was a recipient of my game balls. I'm not sure if I should save it for Tuesday or save it for today, but I'm going to have a special guest on Tuesday. So I may ask that individual what the who the game ball should go to. So that will be interesting. All right. I appreciate that, Scott Van Loo. So moving on with the stats. We had Josh Allen with 61 yards. We had Zach Moss with 47 yards on 7 carries. Think about it. 7 carries only. 7 carries only, and he was rushing for almost 7 yards a carry. So it goes to tell you that, listen, we got some dogs in the backfield. We just got to find the right plays for it. And you guys heard me. I apologize to the running backs. It wasn't about the running backs in the backfield. And I will admit that, I'm taking that L when I was wrong. I was like, it's the running back. They're terrible. They're this. Nah, man, it's the guard play. It's the interior line play. So we had to figure things out. Did you not see it? We didn't spend too much time in shotgun today. We were, we had single back. We understand we had tight ends in there. We had Gilliam in there. So we changed it up a little bit because Dable realized that we need to do these things to help our guys out. It's the facts. We do. We got dogs back there. You got to give them the ball. Raul says, why throw the ball 40 times against 2 high safeties? Run the damn ball against the look. Listen, man, sometimes when a coach is about one thing, you live and die by the why you got hired. You're saying? My man Akeem Riches, man. He's with BIB with my guy DM3, and he always had a saying, man. You get hired. You're hired for a reason, right? You die by what you get hired by, and sometimes you get fired by it. That's what it is. So do what got you hired. So I think maybe McBean was like, yo, we need a guy that's gonna get this air attack going because we have not had that. So here comes Dable. Dable starts drawing all these things up, and to success, the first 4 weeks of the season, we were loving it. We were like, yo, who the hell is this offensive coordinator? We love this guy. And then teams started to adjust. So now he's got to adjust his game right now. By the way, shout out to each and every one of you guys. There's 329 people watching right now from Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitter, wherever you guys are catching us from Sportscaster. Welcome to the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. This is the squad right here, baby. That's it. Let's go. So let's move on to the receiving. We had 126 yards rushing today, led by our quarterback. So our quarterback led us in rushing, and our quarterback led us in passing, obviously. So he took it upon himself. Now, I tweeted today. I was like, there comes a time when You look at what the defenses are giving you, and the cards that you've been dealt with the injuries and who's playing hard and who's not playing hard. There comes a time that you just have to do what you got to do. And right now, Allen has to put this team on his back and take it all the way. He's got to lead it. He's got to be the guy. They've got to look to him to make these things happen, man. So I'm not mad at that whatsoever. My guy Breaking Tables Talk says, yo, look how much better this defense plays when they're not playing soft zone. Second half, we blitzed way more and we played way more physical, and it showed. It absolutely did. And when we get to the good, the bad, the ugly, we will talk about that. Now, the real question is, now this answers my question. Very much so, because my question earlier this week was, did we play scared or did we play smart with the game plan versus the Chiefs? Hughes player of the game, finally. Michael Kahn. I'm telling you, Michael Cahan, excuse me. That I'm not gonna say nothing yet, but I'm gonna just give you one of these. I'm gonna give you one of those. So when it comes to how we played today, it was indicative that we made adjustments. And did we play scared last game against the Chiefs? This answers my question. We absolutely did. We didn't. We tried to play smart, but we were playing scared, which made us look like we were playing smart because we didn't want to get torched by our guy, you know what I'm saying, Pat Mahomes. But look, we didn't respect the quarterback from the Jets and Sam Darnold. What do? We blitzed the hell out of him. We said we don't respect you. We don't respect your weapons back there, this, that, and the third. So we just let him go. So why couldn't we do that either? And this was a close game altogether. It wasn't like we could risk doing those things. We were able to send the blitz no matter what to get that advantage over him. I'm saying, folks, so that answers my question with the way our game plan was done today. Scott Van Loos, salute to you once again. With all the tight ends out, I think Croft was a big-time playmaker in today's game. The big-ass catch for what I think was like 30 yards was 38 yards, just so you know. And then he like tripped and fell and gave us a Daniel Jones moment. But I'll give this to him. That was a touchdown. I don't know what Allen could have done. To just kind of just place that ball lovely. Because I'm telling you right now, Croft would have walked into the end zone. He would have walked into that end zone and we would have been, all right, this game is over and done with. But we made this closer than it needed to be. It really was closer than it actually needed to be. My guy, Dave Allen, says, glad to see the D get back together. Absolutely. So going to the receiving room. Cole Beasley led the way with 11 receptions, 112 yards, 10 catches. He had 11 catches and 10 yards a catch. That is lovely. He had 12 targets. Dude caught 10 balls with 12 targets, 23 long. Let me tell you something. This should have been the move against Tennessee. This should have been the move against the Chiefs. We are paying this man between $8 to $10 million. Get him the ball. Get him the ball. He is going to set you up. He's going to get you those first downs. Although we all love that deep ball. You know what I'm saying? That shit deep. You know what I'm saying? Give me that touchdown for 40 yards, 50 yards, 60 yards. But when we methodically just move the ball up, first down, it kills the other team, first of all. Damn it, man. They got another first down. Shit. We got another 4 downs in this crap. You know what I'm saying? So this was huge today. The fact that we took full advantage of Cole Beasley against these weak-ass linebackers, because they don't have you. Let's be real. They've got too many injuries. They just can't handle. It took Allen some time to settle down today because he was a little all over the place. But the minute he settled down, he got his act together, things started rolling. So we got to give a big shout out to Cole Beasley because he led the way today. He was the guy. Tyler Croft, 4 receptions for 64 yards. He had an average of 16. He had that long of 38. By the way, Damon, you said he was going to get 7 receptions and 86 yards. I was like, damn, man, he better not get that 86 yards because I'm going to have to hear it from my man Damon. But nonetheless, Croft was a big deal today. And thanks to his daughter, his baby girl, Grace, you know what I'm saying? So he was able to play the game. Could you imagine if Croft is not playing? The game plan changes just a tad. It changes just a tad. So love to hear that. Think Allen is trying to feed Diggs too much? Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to put a star beside them because I wrote it down. Because it's necessary for people to realize that because I'm going to give you guys glaring things that stood out in that game. Daniel Guari says that, yo, Rico, it wasn't pretty, but a W is a W, 5-2 with 3 wins in the AFC East jet sweep. Listen, man, I don't like the play, the jet sweep. I'm not a big fan of it. However, the jet sweep that's taking place this year, I'll take it every day. 0-2 Jets. I don't want to hear no Jets players talking shit to me at whatsoever, but they can't because they already know that they're tanking for whoever, Lawrence, maybe, if they even get it. They'll probably screw it up near the end of the year and try to do something, right? And the worst part is Gase will not be there to even enjoy having Lawrence and screw that man up. So we'll see how that goes. Now, moving to the defense. We had some big-time players today. Jerry Hughes was one of them. Jordan Poyer was another. Tremaine Edmonds, had some flashes today. Tre'Davious White was present, right? Dane Jackson was very present. I sent a tweet out today. He did 3 things that I'm gonna talk on in just a moment. Dean Marlowe had a sack today, which was nice. They gave him half the sack, but that was his. I don't know how they spread that out. But today was just a good defensive day, good adjustments, and I was very pleased with what happened. So let's get into it right now. We're going to get into the good, the bad, the ugly. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to give me your good, bads, and uglies, and I'm going to get into mine. Ricardo Cardero says, Dable needs a draw plays to open up Diggs. Dude, Diggs is a great route runner. He's a great route runner, but he can get to where he needs to when he needs to, man. I'm not worried about him trying to open up plays for Diggs. Diggs will get there. Diggs will definitely get there. Sorry, I clicked off your thing. Diggs will get there. It's just that it's just a matter of them getting on the same page. Let's at the end of the day, man. Like one of the comments was, I think it was Miller. Jay Miller said he's forcing the ball to Diggs, and I'm gonna talk on the Diggs, the forcing the ball, right? Because it's starting to be. I was problematic with it at the beginning of the year, right? But we were winning, so you don't really say much, right? You keep it rocking. But it's starting to now be very apparent, and teams are starting to catch on. Like, all right, take away my man over here, and we straight. We're good. We're going to be able to handle him. So that's the impression that I got. But John Brown being out changes a lot of things. I thought Gabe Davis was ready to take the spotlight, but maybe not. He's still a rookie. He's still getting there. Michael Cahan says ugly run defense in the first half. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So let's talk about it. You guys got a hashtag good and then give it to me, or do this. Give me a little good and then dash and then go from there. Give me your goods of the game. So Jay Davis says good second half coaching adjustments. Absolutely. The second half coaching adjustment was very clear. Let's try to establish more of a run. Let's get these guys running the ball a little bit, even though the score was still close, right? Let's start blitzing more. Let's play a little bit of man more. You saw some man coverage, some zero coverage. So that was nice to see. Getting after it, there was a lot of pressure, right? Now, the O-line of the Jets isn't great. However, we should be able to take advantage of it. We have a very expensive D-line. So, yes, we should be able to get after the quarterback very hard. My guy Jeff King says, listen, the Jets better hope they can draft a coach, defensive backs, O-line, etc. With that number 1 pick, Darnold takes too much heat because the coach and 50% of the team are shit. Damn, Jeff King going in on the Jets. I mean, shit, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong, man. Because the way things are happening right now with the Jets, and if the team is even playing for that coach, it's tough to even figure out if that's even the case. Honestly, excuse me. Last year, this is my man Chris Matlock says, last year in the first few games, we saw a lot of man coverage. Now Allen has to dissect these zones and run the ball when he gets a chance. That's what I mean by you have to put the team on your back, right? Now you can't sit there and say, yo, the defense is going to get us. The defense is going to get us back into it. You can't. Now you're like, yo, I got to take every opportunity I can to score so I can give my defense the opportunity to now pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. Not the other way around. It used to be that way where the defense was like, all right, guys, let's get a stop and give this offense as many opportunities as possible. Now it's like, let's kill the clock. Let's run the ball. Let's score points. Let's go. And now let that defense rest. And when we put them on the field, let them go after that damn team. Straight up, man. That's the way I look at it. So I do like that a lot. Batman, my guy, says Bjorquez the GOAT. Listen, Bjorquez had not 1, not 2. Dude, he didn't punt once this game. He had 2-game stretch that he played so well that they said, you know what? You good, Poppy. You straight, man. You don't got to do shit. Let's just chill. You can do what you got to do, man. Chill out with Bass. All you got to do is hold the ball, make sure the laces are out, and do your job. That's it. And he did it, man. He did it. Colin, oh, man, I'm not going to mess your name up, man. Colin says Dawkins. Dawkins has been great all year, man. He's been solid all year. I don't care what anybody tells me. Somebody was like, yo, Dawkins is trash because you don't know what you're talking about. Dawkins was solid, man. He has been solid all year, so I'm not trying to hear any of that nonsense, man. Dave Allen says Moss, good yards from Moss after contact. I was expecting a little bit more from Moss in terms of like, I'm gonna make them make business decisions. Boy, you were trying to juke and jive, man. Yo, run through that damn DB. Let him know your name. You know what I'm saying? When he gets up and you walk in doing this, the first down, I need him to see the back of your jersey so he knows, damn, I got run over. That's what I want to see. That's real talk, man. My guy Michael K says good. Beasley, Hughes, Moss, Jefferson, Poyer, second half defense. Boy, you might as well put the whole damn team in there. But they did have a good game. So let me get to the good. I took some of you guys. I'm gonna get to the good from my side. That was a clean hit. Kyle, you absolutely freaking right. It was a clean hit. I don't care what anybody's trying to say. Alton Venezuela says Dawkins is still mid. What? Hold on. Dawkins is still mid, Rico? Come on. You mid, or are you trying to say mid or mad? I don't know what you're trying to say. I know the I is not close to the A, so I don't know what you're trying to say. But nonetheless, that boy's nice, and he's playing like it right now. So here's the deal, folks. Let me get to my good. All right. So I took my notes. Let me bring my stuff over so I get to it. So first and foremost, special teams. Special teams was great today. Let's start with our punt returner. Our punt returner and Andre Roberts had 100 yards total return yards today. He had 23 on the punt return. He was great returning today, and he had 80 yards on the kick return with a nice 58-yard long, set us up in good field position, because this is what we need. If we're not punting to give us good defensive field position, we have to have a guy that can return the ball and give us good field position. So special teams was very good today, and I'm only talking about a return guy. Then we go to our guy Tyler Bass. Now, here's the thing. He missed 2 kicks. I get it. One was for 47, one was for 30 yards. But he made 6. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what, 75%? 75%. I'll take that. I mean, it's just mediocre. I would like to be in the 80, 85. You know what I'm saying? But 6 for 8, I'll take it. Because if not for him, we don't win this game. If not for a kicker that can actually get those balls in there, we don't win this game. So I got to give a shout out to Tyler Bass, man. He hit some long bombs today. Hold on, let me see what he hit today. He went 6 for 8. It doesn't give me what he went for, but I know he had a 50 plus. He had a 50 plus yard. He had a 47. He had a couple 40s. He had a couple in the 30s. Dude was solid today, man. Dude was solid. I'm a fan. At first, I was like, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with everybody here. When it came to Tyler Bass kicking, I kind of hold my breath. I'm like, oh, he made it. Okay, good. Oh, he missed it. Fuck, I knew he was gonna miss that shit. Oh, I'm like that. That's how I've been with Tyler Bass, because he doesn't give me enough consistency. 6 for 8 is nice, but I'd like to. It would have been just so nice for him to go, 8 for 8. Then we're chilling, we're pretty, we're good. You know what I'm saying? And I would have covered my damn spread, but it's all good. I'll take that any day of the week with a W. But the fact of the matter is, Tyler Bass saved our ass today, man. We kicked to win the game. We could not score touchdowns today. The Jets did very well to keep us out. So you gotta give it to them, man. You got to give it to him. By the way, I love the fact that the Niners are scoring all over the New England Patriots. This is great news for us. Anyway, moving on. By the way, there's 438 people watching right now. Salute to each and every one of y'all. Do me a favor. Smash that like button real quick, because we're going to get into some shit, and we're going to go from there. All right? So special teams, great stuff. No punting. How about that? No punts from my guy Bjorquez. So he didn't have to, we gave him a rest. We just said, yo, rest that leg. You've been doing all right. You've been booming 70-yarders. Rest that leg. Great stuff. All right, let's move on. Defense. Defense was a breath of fresh air today. At first, I was not keen in the first quarter. First quarter, it wasn't looking good. Frank Gore, of all freaking running backs, was run. I mean, I respect Frank Gore. I think we all respect Frank Gore. But we can't let Frank Gore go 5 yards a carry. I'm sorry. At 37, 38 years of age, I think he's 37. I don't want to put too much age on him. But at 37 years of age, we cannot have that man run all over us. 5 yards a pop. Nah, bro, we can't have that. That's unacceptable. We cannot have that. And he's not even one of the better backs in the league. And we're about to face some really good running backs in the league. So we got to chill out on that, man. Frank Gore won 11 carries for 60 yards at 5.5 yards a carry. We cannot have that. The first quarter was not very good. My man Bobby Ray says the Bills are the first team since the Chicago Hornets in the 1949 AAFC to have a game with 0 punts and 0 touchdowns. Well, there you have it. My statistician, Bobby Ray, with some facts for your boy. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But here's the deal. We're going to keep with the going. Keep going with the defense. Defense allowing only 10 points. And that 10 points that we allowed was just us being sloppy on defense in the first bit, in the first half of the game. We just were sloppy. We just couldn't get our act together. So 10 points, we could have really kind of like, stopped them, but we were sloppy, and that's what happens. You're going to let some points up, and we did. So pass rush. Thank you very much today. The pass rush was here. We had 6 sacks today. 6 total sacks, and 2 of them going to Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes was great today. This is the Jerry Hughes that we've been asking for and begging for to show up. You are the veteran on this team. You are the guy that's been here the longest out of all these guys on the damn defensive line. We needed you to show up, and you did. That was huge. Not only did you show up, you came up with 2 sacks. You were pressuring that offensive line all game long. Kudos to my guy, Jerry Hughes. Questionable pass interference calls in the first half. Yeah, there was. I think it was one on Trey White. I think that was second half in Trey White, and then there was another one on I think Mike was it Mike Hyde or Poyer? I can't recall. But nonetheless, I mean, it is what it is. But Jerry Hughes, man. Jerry Hughes, look what happens, man. When we pressure the freaking offense, good things happen on the defense. But for some reason, we don't want to sit back and play scared against the Chiefs, man. And for the most part, it kind of worked because they didn't want them to, you know what I mean, put the score up on us because they knew we weren't the better team, and we had a chance to win that game, but like we played scared. And look what happened, man. They just ran all over us, 246 yards. Look at today. You feel me? So a little pressure goes a long way, man. Goes a long way. And it was very evident today. So 6 sacks. Shout out to Jerry Hughes that led the way with 2 of them. And there's a whole bunch of half sacks spread out. Even Epinesa got in the piece. Marlowe got in the piece. Jordan Poyer got in there. Who else got a piece of that? Epinesa was in there. That's Epinesa. D. Marlowe. Matt Milano got in there. Thank goodness for Matt Milano playing. Even Tre'Davious White got in that shit, boy. Look at corner blitzes were in there. Slot blitzes were in there. It was great. Damon called it, man. Have you seen any corner blitzes? Have you seen any of that? Guess what? It showed up in that game. So shout out to my guy. And he called it. He called it. Yo, my man Brian Bowers, what's going on, man? Yo, Rico, Moss is soft like Twinkie feelings. Damn. He talks all this issue about making defensive backs make business decisions, but doesn't show it. He didn't show it today. He had 2 opportunities to show it, and he didn't show it. You know what I'm saying? So all talk. But you know, you gotta sell yourself so you can get drafted, right? So it is what it is. So I'm hoping he's gonna have an opportunity to freaking show himself on that goal line. You better run some cat over and stay on your feet. You should have saw Edwards-Helaire today. Edwards-Helaire, touchdown. He had the 3 dudes hanging off of him. Bop, 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 bop. Got into the end zone, man. That boy was rocking. So 6 sacks today. Shout out to Jerry Hughes that led the way. Love it. Now, I'm looking at so the run game. There was a little bit more focus on the run game. This is what I like to see, right? So there was more Allen involvement. Allen, although he's taking a beating, he took some hits in the last couple games to kind of say, okay, he needs to chill out. So that's why we've changed a little bit. But it went back to it. Designed runs were happening. There was him just, you know what? If something's open, I'm gonna take it. I like that he's protecting himself a tad better than he has in the past. So 11 rushes for 61 yards. Damn, he was like Frank Gore today, right? And then we had Zach Moss with 47 with 7 carries, and then Devin Singletary with 8 carries. You see what's happening, folks? 8 carries, 7 carries, right? They're giving these guys, they're splitting the time. And this is what happened in the first 2 games. That's why Devin Singletary, and I'm at peace with it, he's not going to be a number 1 back. If he was the number 1 back, there would not be no splitting of the time. And I hate to admit it, but Steve called it. My man Judge, he says, by the end of the year or by halfway of the year, the switch is going to happen where it's going to be Moss is going to be leading the way and Singletary is going to be kind of like the second fiddle guy. But look at this. You had Zach Moss with 7, Devin Singletary with 8. And reception-wise, Devin Singletary had 2 receptions, and I know that Zach Moss had 3 receptions. You feel what I'm saying? So right now, you're looking at even split touches between the 2. So it comes a time when that weather comes super cold, it's going to be Zach Moss that eventually takes over. That's what it feels like. I don't know how they're going to try to pull it, but that's what it feels like. So run game, they focused on it a little bit more today. I appreciate it. It was great. Not bad at all. Dane motherfucking Jackson. Dane Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, that boy came to play today. A lot of worry was happening about Dane Jackson coming through. A lot of worry. Hold on a sec. Somebody said that somebody was sulking today. Cam was sulking? Oh, you talking about Cam Newton? I mean, that's Cam. That's what he does, baby. That's what he does. I thought you were talking about Cam Lewis, our guy, Cam Lewis. We need a big DT to stuff the middle, so Zimmer and 91 can cause havoc. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm gonna touch on that in just a little bit. So Dane Jackson, 1 interception, great interception that kind of turned the tide a little bit. Got the offense moving a little bit, right? We needed that. He had 3 tackles, all of them solo, right? And one of those tackles, he had a breakup pass, a pass breakup that was really crucial in the red zone, which was nice. I think that stopped them to get them into field goal range. And I think they just kicked the field goal, and that was that. So great job, Dane Jackson. You did solid today. One thing that stood out to me was that I think it was in the first quarter. I think it was a run. It was either a catch from a tight end or a run from a running back. And Dane Jackson, you heard a pop. Boom. I was like, yo, who was that? I don't know who that was. That was Dane Jackson that came in. And you see him. He's not a big dude. That boy came in. So pass breakup, big hit, interception. Great job for your rookie debut starting like that at the corner spot. Yo, good for Dane Jackson, man. That boy, he's going to get a lot more playing time. If that's the way he's going to keep up, yo, Josh Norman might not be able to come back. You know what I'm saying? Levi Wallace might be able to take his position back, but now we might see more Dane Jackson in the slot if my man Teron Johnson doesn't want to freaking cover. He had a one good pass breakup. I don't know if he even did it himself, but I think the guy just dropped it. But he was there. And then he had one where he had it. He could have took it, and Darnold dropped a nice dime right into that spot. But guess what? Darnold tried to do the same damn thing. Guess who's there for an interception? Dane Jackson. Let's go. Dane Jackson, great damn job. Love what I saw today. Andre Roberts, I already spoke on him. Josh Allen throwing 70% today was fantastic. I like to see that. He's putting the ball, he's spreading the ball around. How many receivers did he hit? He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different receivers. 9 to 10 different receivers. I'm counting really quickly. So I love that he's spreading the ball all over the place. That is huge. That's what you want from your quarterback. Now, the one thing that I do have an issue with, so I'm going to talk about soon, is the eyeballing, right? We're going to talk about that. Two more things. 34 minutes of time of possession. Thank you. Take the time, take the clock, run the ball, do what you got to do, but you need to take full advantage of that time of possession, right? And put it to your advantage, because that's what we did. We put it to our advantage. We go up a score of 8 points, and now you give the other team very little opportunity to do anything, and then we freaking pin our ears back and get that quarterback. And that's what we did with Sam Darnold. We had that boy seeing ghost again today. Poor guy, man. I feel bad for him. Actually, I don't. He's a Jet fan. I don't feel no remorse for that boy. My man Jay Money says Dane played physical, something we have been missing. His interception changed our defense. We were physical after that. We absolutely were, man. We need these guys to make a damn play. Make a play. That's what the coach wants you to do, is make a play. My guy V Goon says, trust Rico, Dane Jackson will be a Teron Johnson replacement. Listen, man, if this continues, you might see a little bit more, because if he's just as physical as Teron Johnson, but he can cover, Teron Johnson's days are numbered. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's just the first game. Let's not get ahead. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get ahead. So, 34 minutes of time of possession. And last but not least, Cole Beasley was fantastic today. Cole Beasley was the man. I really liked what I saw from Cole Beasley today. Fantastic job. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about it. I was going to say that, but I think overall, the O-line did very well. Specifically, my guy on the left side, Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins has been playing well. I want y'all to pay attention to Deion, man. Deion has been playing solid. He's earning his money. First 6 games of the year, he's earned every penny that we've given him. So shout out to my guy, Deion Dawkins. So that, to me, I love the laundry list of good. Don't you like this? Doesn't this feel good? That you can say, you know what? We can talk about all the good things that we did. Because last game, I think I said 1 or 2 things, and I was like, here's a laundry list of bad. Here's a laundry list of ugly. I would love for it to be top heavy with the good and then sprinkle in a few things here and there. But you know what? A win is a win at the end of the day, as ugly as it was today, because it wasn't pretty. We didn't get in the end zone. We didn't get to dance it up. We didn't get to slam footballs down. We didn't do any of that stuff. However, a W's a W. We ain't going to remember this game 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. We're not. We just got the W, 18-10. Let's move it. Let's keep it moving. So, folks, that being said, let's move to the bad. I need to see what your bad is. What did you guys think that was bad in this game that, it merits us to talk about it? What was bad? My guy Michael Hill says, be honest, Rico, Ed Oliver, is he living up to his draft status? Yes, he is. Yes, I'm being straight honest because at first I was like, "Oh, man, this guy's looking like a bust right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. But watching last game's highlights and watching the full game and seeing what he was doing, I'm more like, yo, he's doing his job and some. He's playing the nose where he shouldn't be, but he's doing what he can because coaches tell him what to do. But when he's where he's naturally supposed to be, he's disruptive. Watch this game. If you go back and watch this game and pay attention to 91, pay attention to 91. He's gonna show you that he's gonna show you he's the real deal. I guess Bowers is replying to Jeff. He says, Jeff King, thank you, my man, because a lot of these Bills fans aren't keeping it real. We struggled to beat the worst team in the league, and people are out here celebrating like it means something. Hey, you guys are talking on it. You guys are talking on it. But the thing is, we we can't sit here and celebrate our blemishes, but we can definitely sit here and say, okay, we got that W, we got out of that game somewhat unscathed, so we should be taking solace into that as well. So we definitely doing it. By the way, Batman, the good Manscaped is sponsoring the stream. You damn right, Manscaped is sponsoring the stream. Yeah, damn right. You're not gonna get me. You don't know when I'm gonna give it to you. Not just yet. You don't know when it's coming. It just comes on top of the dome. So here's the deal, man. I like this one. Somebody said bad. Hold on. Bleaver says first carry by the RB came at 6:20 left in the second quarter. We need to run the ball more. I didn't realize I didn't realize it, but like it was like for a while I'm like, yo, are we gonna ever run this damn ball? Like there was a time where we were just airing the ball out. I don't know what Dable was trying to piece together, but I didn't like it. Get that ball rolling, get that ball running. So these guys just know they know that what we're trying to establish. So guess what? They're gonna start moving up. All right, man. They're here to establish the run. Let's move up. Now we can start hitting the dinky dunks. Now we can start hitting the play action. We rarely ran play action today. Did you guys notice that? There wasn't a lot of play action today. So the game plan changes every week. It was very evident today. Very evident today. The bad, undisciplined penalties. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. So that is part of my bad. Let me tell you, actually, that was part of my ugly. That was part of my ugly. I'm not going to touch on that. But to me, penalties. Penalties were the issue today. We had 11 penalties for over 100 yards, 106 yards of penalty yards. We cannot have that undisciplined, man. We got to chill out, man. That's some dumb shit. The bad. Travis Blakesley says interior pass pro. That's always been an issue for us, man. They kind of they move. I mean, look at we have Brian Winters and Ike Botker that are our guards. You know what I'm saying? So like that's not really gonna do anything for us. They really aren't. Let's keep it a buck here. We're waiting for Feliciano to come back, and we're trying to find something to place at left guard that who belongs there. Does Ford belong there? I have no idea. I think they're gonna leave Ford there because Feliciano is coming back very shortly. So it's gonna be Williams, Feliciano, Morse, Ford, Dawkins. I think that might be the route that they're going to try to take going forward. So we'll see. Batman says bad. Croft pulling a Daniel Jones. Otherwise, it was solid. Yo, that wasn't his fault though, man. That ball was kind of off. It was kind of like heading to the sideline, but it's the way he caught it. He jumped to catch it. I don't think it was necessary for him to even jump to catch it. He could have kind of just extended his arm, and that would have been easy 70-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown, man. That was easy money, but we we let that one. We dropped the ball on that one. We definitely dropped the ball. Shout out to my guy. Michael Cahan says Feliciano hopefully will help the left guard position and the run game when it gets cold, and we needed that left guard needs upgrading for Ford and Spain gone. With Ford and Spain gone. Here's the deal. Feliciano is that he's that teammate that if you guys all played sports, basketball, football, hockey, he's your goon, defenseman if you're playing lineman, if you're playing hockey. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I need you to kind of, be that guy. You're going to be that guy. You want that power forward that doesn't really do all the scoring. All he does is rebound, elbow, and bucks out and does the nitty-gritty stuff. That's the type of guy you need. You need that guy on your team. So Feliciano is that guy. Gives a little bit of attitude to the O-line. Gets you guys going, and you're going to start to see more runs to the right-hand side because that boy is just a mauler. That's what he does. So shout out to Michael Cahan because that's a great point. I like that a lot. I really do. Namdi, my guy Namdi says, here's the bad. End zone execution. Poor, slow decision making by Allen. Too much hero ball. Poor RPO execution. First half run defense. Yeah, you gave me a laundry list, man. Yo, you're right. You're right. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. Even my guy Jay Davis says bad first half run defense. The defense, they took them a while to get going. The defense just took them a while to kind of get their shit together. But eventually they started to, right? My guy Goon says, Rico, I like what our defense did today, but we still look shaky. And do you think it's going to work against better offensive team? No, absolutely not. Today was encouraging, but it wasn't the answer. It wasn't like, oh, thank goodness, man, we are back. The defense is back. Let's go. No, not at all the case. Not at all the case. So we're about to find out what's good, man. Shout out to my guy James Kehoe says, here's the bad. Josh is focusing too long in his primary receivers, and when it's not there, he rolls out and forces it. It was his best. Sorry, excuse me. He was his best on three-stop drop today. Can't even read. Three-step drop today. That's been Allen's thing though, right? First read, he doesn't make it. He's glancing over the second read. That was last year a lot. And if he didn't like that second read, as he's glancing, he's like, yeah, I'm gone. You feel me? So teams started to kind of, don't let him get out. Because he gets out, that's what he's going to do. That's how he had 9 rushing touchdowns last year, right? Because he was a runner. Almost 400 to 500 yards rushing. Like, I think 600 yards. He had almost like 500 yards. Let's say 500 yards last year. So teams are going to start making adjustments. But the fact that he's been airing it out, I think that's what the case has been. Here's my theory. I think my theory is this, that Dable is trying to establish Allen as a passer early in the season. So teams, which they're doing now, will have to adjust to Allen's passing. So then we can start running the ball when the cold weather starts to arrive, right? So by that point, by the time that cold weather and we start getting that run offense going, which is not, then we'll be a balanced offense. So that way teams will never know what's coming their way. So will it be run? Will it be pass? We don't know. But right now, the fact that we can't run the ball, we're just a passing team. So it's just easy for them to just defend us. So we're going to have to will our way to getting better at running the ball. And right now we're not doing it. We're not doing very well. We were encouraged today, but we played a depleted freaking Jets defense. So let's not get too excited about that. That's real talk. Let's not get too excited. Barry Cumberbatch, my island brother, what's going on? He says, the bad was the front 7. Can't get off the blocks. It's going to have to get better. It's going to have to get better, man. It's going to have to get better. Matt Soda says, take away the rush yards. Allen almost looked like Nate Peterman. Don't you do that. Nate Peterman. Nah, he ain't look like Nate Peterman. Come on now. Let's not do that. So I gave you guys a chance to give your bad. Now here is my bad. Let's get to the bad, what I thought was bad today. It's not a huge list, but nonetheless, it's a list altogether. So the offense. We weren't in sync. It just looked like we were off. And what it looks like to me is that Allen is trying to please Diggs. He's trying to hit him all day, every day. I'm telling you, look at Diggs today had 11 targets. And of his 11 targets, he caught 6 passes for 48 yards. All right? He's forcing it to Diggs. And I get it. Diggs is your main guy. He's your main guy. But you have guys that are paid very well to be on this team, in Cole Beasley, and we took full advantage of that today, right? When John Brown comes back, hopefully that opens things up, but I don't want him forcing it. It just seemed like we were not in sync today. We just weren't. So I'm hoping that this game was a tune-up to try to get us back together, get us back on track, but right now it just was not looking good. So offense, not in sync. That was my bad today. The run game needs to improve. I still need to see more from the run game. 8 touches for Devin Singletary. 8 touches for Devin Singletary. 7 touches for Zach Moss. If you're really trying to establish yourself as a run, that's not going to cut it. So find whoever your lead back is and go with it, man. I like Singletary. I love Singletary. But if Zach Moss seems to fit this mold better, then give him the ball more often. Get him warmed up. Get him more touches. But that's a problem that the offensive coordinator has to go through. It's not an easy one, but it's great. Now, I'm seeing people talk about how the Pats are getting their asses scratched by the 49ers. If that's the case, great on them. Tom Brady is probably laughing his ass off. He's living his best life. He's got AB, he's got Gronk, he's got all the people that, you know what I'm saying, that make him successful. You know what I'm saying? You got Evans, you got Godwin, you good, son. And now you look at the Patriots got Edelman. Edelman's got to be pissed. Edelman's got to be upset. You got Rex Burkhead. Who else they got over there? I don't even know. You got N'Keal Harry, poor Canadian, man. He's over there not playing. He's not having a good season. Then you got Cam Newton. I'm not going to be surprised if Cam Newton gets benched, if this is what's going to continue. I mean, 23-3, is that what the score is? Golly, man. We might be facing Jared Stidham. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We don't know that, but we're going to find out. We'll find out soon enough. Jason Miller says, I think Allen is trying to feed Diggs too much. To answer your question, I think he is. He definitely is trying to feed him too much. I think he needs to chill out. Back up a little bit. Guard play is still an issue for me. Guard play is still an issue. Even though Ike Bodker came in the game, he wasn't horrible. He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't anything that's like, ooh, okay, I think we found something. But this is live reaction. So me watching the game again, I'll be able to tell you how it's going to look in our next show on Tuesday. All right. Moving on. Frank Gore rushing for 60 yards is in 5 years. Nah, that unacceptable. We can't have that old man doing that shit. No. 60 yards? You let him get that 60 yards almost in the first quarter, man. We got our shit together and stopped it. But damn, man, we can't do that shit. So Frank Gore, absolutely not. And then now I want to talk about the forcing of the football to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was getting that ball forced to him left, right, center today. It was evident early and often. And even when the guy was double teamed, there was a play where he was double teamed. And I get it. Sometimes you got to go to your guy that's double teamed, but I mean, let him be like 6'2", 6'3". So at least you can jump ball it. But you go into double team, you're going to him no matter what, and you have guys that are open. Dude, take what the defense gives you. They're not giving you Stephon Diggs. They're trying to take Stephon Diggs away from you. They're not forcing. So this is that hero ball, forcing of the ball that Allen tends to do, that we're like, yo, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Just relax and respect the damn football. Don't give that damn football away and be cool. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, forcing of the football, that kind of threw me off. I didn't really like that too much. I wasn't a big fan of it. But we got the dub, and that's what matters, right? So 5 yards of carry. Now here's one that was a big one. That was a big one for me. Third downs today. We went 3 for 11 for third downs. 3 for 11. Dude, that's what, I think I wrote that down. That's 27%. We are normally very good on third downs. We are excellent on third downs. But today was not good. And you cannot tell me that the defense was that great. The Jets defense was that great that they took away everything. Bullshit. We didn't execute. We did not execute. And 3 for 11? No, bro. That can't do. We can't have that shit, man. We've got to be better at converting our third downs, because that's usually what we do. That's how we keep the bread and butter going. But we were not very good today. And we're going to play the Jets next week. The Patriots next week with a very good defensive coordinator in Coach Belichick. Boy, you better watch out, man. Rico, do you think that Josh Allen knows how to read the defense yet? Absolutely, he does. He doesn't panic. He just likes to force things. He forces shit. That's just what he is, man. That's what he does. He sees something, he's like, yo, I got a strong enough arm that I can fit that shit in there. So I don't know about that. Hold on. Timothy Thomas says 8-8. Who are you referring to as 8-8? You talking about the Patriots or you talking about the Bills? Because I can't see us going 8-8. And if we do go 8-8, we ain't making the playoffs. We are not making the playoffs at 8-8. I'll tell you that right now. Hold on a second. My man Jeff King says, LOL, I love your optimism, buddy. You can turn shit into a shinola. You stupid ass. And I'm not saying we're shit. We just got a lot of work on. If we have delusions of playoff runs with KC, Baltimore Titans, and Pitt, there is going to be an issue. Absolutely. You're not wrong with that. So here's what I'm going to bring up, though, when it comes to those teams, though, Jeff, because you make a great point. We just struggled. And I'm going to take the bad because that was my bad, right? So now I'm going to hit the ugly and I'm going to talk about what I need to get to. Here's the ugly that I didn't have. I didn't have a whole bunch of ugly, but here's my ugly. Ugly for today was the 11 penalties. I didn't like that. 11 penalties is killing us, right? The false starts, the encroachments, the pass interferences, the illegal motion. Dude, we took away a touchdown pass to Gabe Davis because we freaking weren't lined up properly. That's the second time that it happened. It happened in the Chiefs game, or was it the Titans game? One of those games where it cost us. We cannot be stupid and silly when we do that shit. And I don't know who it was, if it was Stephon Diggs that was off the line or who was supposed to be on the line, but we can't do that. Stupid penalties are killing us and moving us back and giving us unnecessary more work to do. More work to do, man. Come on, we got to cut that shit out. So those 11 penalties for 100 yards, that does nothing for us. It sets us back and it has to make us dig into a different whole play. And now we're punting the ball or we're giving the ball away. We just can't have that shit, man. We really can't. Here's the deal. No touchdowns. We want to go to the playoffs and we're not even scoring touchdowns against the damn Jets. Was that the plan today, to not score? Unacceptable. We went from scoring 30 points a game 30 points a game with getting touchdowns to no touchdowns. We didn't hit the end zone, not even on run play. And then when we do get in the end zone, it's nullified by a damn penalty. Unacceptable, unacceptable, unacceptable for the offense that is ranked a top 10 passing offense for us not to be able to do anything. We're a 15th ranked overall offense. We should be able to get in the end zone. I get it. This is the NFL. Sometimes things change. It's the fucking Jets. Cut it out. Cut it out. Dable, whatever you're drawing up that's not working out, dig into the bag a little deeper. Dig deeper into the bag, my G. Because right now, us scoring no touchdowns is embarrassing. I don't want to hear that, but we won the game. Yes, we did win the game. We squeaked by to win the game. Let's just say Bass was Gostowski, missing all of them. Let's just say he did. Let's just say he was first week like Gostowski. We would be in trouble. We would probably lose this game because we didn't score any touchdowns. This offense and the money that we spent on this offense is unacceptable for us to score no points. We spent too much money on the O-line. We spent too much money in the receiving core to not score points. That's unacceptable to me. That's ugly. That's part of the ugly of this game. We need to score points. No touchdowns? Like none. No touchdowns. And the one that we get gets called back. Nah, we can't have that shit. 11 penalties. Can't do it. Here's the biggest one. We went 0 for 5 in the red zone. 5 opportunities to put freaking touchdowns on the board. We went 0 for 5. What's going on? That to me is problematic. It's huge. It's problematic. People are going to, but we won the game. Okay, I get that part. But now let's talk about those field goals not hitting. So now what? You get into the red zone, you're supposed to score. That's the money zone. That's where you score. That's money right there. And you sitting here, stop. Yo, this offense right now, with the adjustments that are being made right now, is looking suspect to me. And I'm going to keep it real. You guys know I'm going to keep it real. As much as I love this team, but that is an ugly part of this game that I realized today. We cannot sit here and think that we are going to be playoff contenders and Super Bowl contenders when we have a hard time scoring on the 0-7 Jets. Cut it the fuck out. Not buying that shit. Can't do it. Can't do it. You imagine that? We're supposed to be a team that's supposed to be on the rise, and we're doing big things, and then we can't score against the Jets, the team that can't win, can't buy a win. The closest win they probably got was this game. That was the closest they could have got. They said the Jets have never been up in a game. They've always been playing from behind. This is the first time they came up. Come on, man. Yo, that you can't do that, man. I'm always keeping it a buck, Mike Trotter. You know how I do. I mean, I love this team. I'm gonna big them up when they need to be bigged up. But like right now, the ugly part of this game is the penalties. We're still doing bullshit. We're still doing undisciplined nonsense that's keeping this team from freaking really fulfilling our true potential. 0 for 5 in the red zone? Not even one or two touchdowns. I don't care if we won the game, you know what I'm saying, like 21, you know what I mean, 21-10. At least get me in the end zone twice. Get me in the end zone twice. No freaking touchdowns. Boy, that's going to be problematic. And we're going up against a better defensive coordinator. We're going up against a better defensive coordinator, and we're going against a better offensive coordinator in the New England Patriots next week. You best believe it. It ain't going to happen. This you think that we won this game and we're out of the woods? We're not. Let me tell you that we're not out of the woods. After we play the Patriots next week, I want y'all to get real close to me, right? After we play the Patriots next week, let me look into the camera. The camera's right there. Is that my camera? Producer, is that my camera? All right. After we play the Patriots next week, we better get that win. We need that win, right? Now we'll be 6-2. You know who we face after that? Check this out. Seahawks. Russell Wilson. We're going up against DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett. Bro, you think Wagner? Stop playing, man. You think you're going to bring that performance that we just did against the Jets against the freaking Seahawks? Cut it out. Next after that, Cardinals. Cardinals right now have a top 5 defense. I think a top 2 defense. I'll say top 5. They got a top 5 defense right now. You think we're going to do that against the Cardinals? Buda Baker's in the back just causing havoc. You know Jordan Phillips is going to be destroying our interior linemen. You know he's circled that game against the Bills. Y'all know that. If you guys don't know, get from underneath that damn rock. Get from underneath that rock. Jordan Phillips is going to be coming after that ass. He's going to target Jordan Phillips. Excuse me. He's going to target Ford, or if it's not Ford, it's going to be Butker. He's going to target. Hopefully Feliciano's there. So Feliciano's a dog. So he ain't about to get bullied. Mitch Morse, a little suspect in the run game. Woo, we're going to have some problems. We will have some problems. I'll tell you that right now. So the Cardinals, right after the damn Seahawks game. Guess what? After that, we play the Chargers. That Chargers defense? Yo, y'all better stop playing, man. So this whole Jets victory is cool because it looks good onto the records. We get rid of the Jets. We're done. We got our chances to work things out. Which did we? Did it look like we worked anything out? Absolutely not. We couldn't score a fucking touchdown. So no, we didn't work shit out. We just squeaked by, ladies and gentlemen. We squeaked by to win this game. And then after that, we play the Niners. People, wake the fuck up. We won this game. It was not pretty, but we won this game. But golly, I'm telling you right now, you know what, Jeff King, you got me fired up, man. I'm sorry. You got me fired up. Deep in that ass. But I'm telling you right now, Seahawks, Cardinals, Chargers, Niners, West Coast. All West Coast games. Wake up, Bills fans, because it's not over. It's not even close to being over. That's why we needed those wins. Those first four wins that we got, thank goodness we got those wins. We got those out of the way. Beating the Raiders, the Raiders are looking pretty decent right now, and beating the Rams, the Rams are going to play tonight. We got good games the first 4 weeks, right? Titans and Chiefs. Those are the two teams that we should, if we were neck and neck with them, we could say, you know what? We deserve to be in the playoffs. But the way we played against the Titans, the way we played against the Chiefs, and the way we played against the damn Jets today, yo, we're getting bounced out of the first round. If we even make the damn playoffs when we play the Seahawks, Cardinals, Chargers, and Niners. And we still got to play the Patriots again. We still got to play the damn Dolphins again. Hello? We play to win the game. We won the game today. Yes, we did. But we didn't look good. We didn't look good. So when I run those stats by you again, ladies and gentlemen, think twice about that. 300-yard looks great. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at the rushing, our two running backs, running for 47 and 29 yards, not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it. Cole Beasley being our lead receiver, I'm okay with that. But our lead dog is Stephon Diggs. You feel me? I'm just saying, people. Now I'm awake. Y'all need to recognize, man. Michael Cahan says, Dalvin Tomlinson, rumored the Bills trying to obtain. I have not heard any of that stuff. That's more speculation from, content creators like myself, and rumors. Like people saying, I would like Dalvin Tomlinson, but I haven't heard any Bills officials saying that we are looking at Dalvin Tomlinson. I have no idea, right? And we usually have some inside people that tell us some things, and they haven't heard anything. So we will see. We shall see. So, folks, all together, although this was a nice win, we came away with a nice win, we still got a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of work to do. And right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, folks, because this win should have been something that we should have came in and easily moved the ball, easy peasy. With as injury prone as some of these guys are on the team, or injury riddled, shall I say, that these guys were. Come on, man. But the encouraging part is we had Milano back, we had Edmonds back, we have a pretty healthy D-line. We had 6 sacks today, so hopefully that gets the ball rolling. Now, the silver lining in this is sometimes you need an ugly game like this and guys to kind of wake up, like Jerry Hughes, Jordan Poyer, the defense, to say, okay, we just barely got by, right? The offense is like, okay, thank you guys for now joining us, because we've been carrying you guys for the first 4 games. You know what I'm saying? The first 4 games we were carrying. You know what? The first 5 games we were carrying you guys. So now, welcome. Now, the offense, you guys can just say, whew, we did our job so we can chill. Defense, y'all handle. Nah, man. Now, fucking put the metal to the pedal. This is the second half of the season. We're going into the second half of the season very shortly. We got to get it together, because we are going to be a very disappointed fan base if this is the material, this is the product that we're putting on the field. This is the product that we're putting on TV. Nah, man, we can't have that shit. We cannot have that shit. I'll tell you that right now. Michael Hill says, Rico, you you and Ed Oliver almost have the same stats. Absolutely. But you know what the big difference is? Ed Oliver may not get the stats that we are looking for, but that boy creates havoc. He creates havoc. You have to go and figure that. You have to go see it. Watch the game. You watch the game again and you pay attention to 91. Watch where he's lined up, number one, and then watch what he does with what they do with him lined up. Against the Chiefs, that they lined him up right in the middle, and he was getting double teamed and pushed back. But that was the game plan. Today, he was creating havoc, man. You saw, man, the 6 sacks, that he didn't get any of those sacks, but he was part of every one of those guys. Did he even get anything? I don't think he even got any today. No sacks, but that's okay because he was creating pressure. Ed Oliver was pressure all day. No sacks today, right? He had no sacks. He had 1 solo and 2 tackles. So keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. I'll tell you right now, that's the one thing you got to really pay attention to. So for me, those are my notes. That's what I want to sit on. I am going to do it. I was going to say I'm not going to give the Manscaped balls of the game, but I'm going to do the Manscaped game balls of the game. I will give that to you because right now, do you ever get kicked in the balls? Have you ever been kicked in the balls, or have you when you and your boys play around, you give a little nut sack, a little nut check? It doesn't feel good, does it? It does not feel good. So sometimes that's the feel when we win these games. Although like it was nice to win the game, it doesn't feel good. It's almost like a nut sack check. You're telling me? So when you do get your nut sack check, sometimes, just sometimes, a little bit of toner might help you out. And what do you mean by toner might help you out? Let me tell you. You go to manscaped.com. Get yourself a little bit of ball toner, you know what I'm saying? Ball toner that can get you refreshed a little bit. Maybe, just maybe, it might tone your balls up a little bit. So when you get that nut sack, you good. And how to help you out? You guys already know the drill, man. You guys got to go to manscaped.com. We give you 20%. Ooh, I almost gave you guys a little extra. 20% free shipping off your purchase. Fanatics is all you have to click. Let me tell you something. I had someone come to me and says, they said, would you believe it if I told you that because of your pitch last week with getting balls to the face, that I actually went and purchased me a kit? Ladies and gentlemen, promotion works. I'm telling you right now. I will tell you this, though. If you get that toner, give me the proof. I'm not saying give me the proof by you spraying your stuff. Just show me the proof that you got it and you use the Fanatics code. Now let's get to game balls of the game, my Manscaped balls of the game. Here we go. Number 1 goes to my guy, Tyler Bass. Bass kicked our way to a damn victory today. He really did. He kicked our way to a victory. 6 for 8. He went, Rico said 25%. Nope, no 25%, just 20. He went 6 for 8, 75%, and he got us the victory. And I'll tell you right now, there was a couple misses that were like, oh, how'd you miss that? But there were some misses that he crushed down the middle, right there. And it shows how strong his leg is. I got to give it to him. So I will give that game ball, one of those game balls goes to Tyler Bass. Here's the other one, Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley was our best offensive player today. Other than obviously Josh Allen, because Josh Allen runs the ball, he throws the ball, but Diggs was taken away. Croft is not going to make a play for you like that. Davis is still a rookie, man. He's still learning the ways. He's learning the speed of the game. Cole Beasley was the guy today. Cole Beasley with 11 receptions, over 100 yards. Let me pull up his stats real quick. Yeah. Cole Beasley with 112 yards, 10.2 yards in average per catch with 12 targets. Shout out to my guy Cole Beasley with the second Manscaped ball of the game. All right. Thirdly, who do you think is going to be? Who you think is going to be? Who am I giving the game ball to? Who you got? So Tyler Bass was the first. Cole Beasley was the second. Who you guys have as who's the third? Who do you guys think is the third? Who deserves that third game ball? The Manscaped ball of the game. Who you give it to? Tre'Davious White. I'm seeing people say Tre'Davious White. I see people saying Snips is saying Tre'Davious White. Spin is saying Hughes. I like that. Bills guys are saying Jerry Hughes. Batman is saying Jerry Hughes. Prospect Watcher is saying Dane Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes by far deserved that game ball of the game for sure. Are you nuts? That boy was on fire. Yes. Bleary Wolf, Hughes, Jerry Hughes today. Let me tell you guys, he was pressuring from left side to right side. Let me tell you something that I really appreciate that either linebacking coach, defensive line coach have come together and spoke on it. Leslie Frazier okayed it. But I like the fact that they don't just have Jerry Hughes rushing from the right side. They have him moving to the left. They have him moving to the right. They have him moving all over the line, so you'll never know where he's at, right? So he was creating havoc for Darnold. Darnold was just like not knowing where he's coming from, and we swarmed Darnold today. And Jerry Hughes was a very big recipient of that. Jerry. Listen, I've been cursing out my guy Charlie Mansari. I've been cursing out Jerry. Every one of us have been cursing Jerry out, man. Beasley, Bastard, Hughes. There it is. James Keys, that's it, man. Those are your game balls of the game. That was the game ball of the game, man. This guy was playing. He looked like, yes, John Yods. I think I'm just gonna say Yodas. John knows the drill, man. He looked like old Jerry. He looked like he was fired up, and we didn't have a bonehead Jerry penalty today. He was on fire today. He was rushing. He was creating havoc. 2 sacks. He had a tackle for loss. I think he had 2 tackles for loss. Let me just make sure. 2 tackles for loss. He had 2 QB hits. He had a pass breakup. And on top of that, when they were praising his name in the game, he comes up with the interception to seal the game. Game over, Jerry Hughes. I'm happy for that, man. Now, if we could use Jerry Hughes' fire, if we could use, I got it. Thank you, John Yades. I got it. If we could use Jerry Hughes and his fire, so we can fire up Ed Oliver, fire up AJ Epinesa. If AJ Epinesa can learn from that, fire up freaking, I'm not going to call him a bum, but fire up freaking Butler. I'm starting to watch my eye on Butler. Jefferson, I don't know, you need to fire up Jefferson. Jefferson seems to be on fire all the time. But I'm going to tell you this, though. If you could get that, boy, oh boy, we will be a nasty defensive front if we get the fire that we got today from Jerry Hughes, but trickled in through every one of those guys. We are going to need that because when we face Russell Wilson, we face Justin Herbert that's playing pretty damn well, and we face Garoppolo, we face freaking Kyler Murray that's going to be freaking problematic. Dude, we are going to have our hands full. We're going to have our hands full, so we got no choice, man. My man Richard Rush says, Rico, keep it a buck, though. Division teams always play each other tough. We need TDs next week and here on out. We absolutely agree. There's no and ifs, buts about it. We definitely do. And when we face the likes of the quarterbacks that we'll be facing that are good quarterbacks, we're going to be in trouble, man. We got to get it together. Epinesa can use some damn fire. He definitely can, man. He's looking too nice out there. He's looking too sweet. You're looking too sweet, man. I need you to get a little nasty with you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like you got to say, hold on a second. I saw my guy, New Mexico says, Rico, Ennie is looking bad right now. Listen, I'll take it. They just better look bad on us next week. Trent Murphy started the game today. Did you guys hear anything about Trent Murphy today? Trent Murphy had 3 tackles. He had 1 solo, and he had half a sack. Him and somebody else got into the sack game. So, you guys already know how I feel about Ed Oliver. You guys already know about how I feel about Trent Murphy. I could care less about that dude. If they cut him tomorrow, great. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But he's on the team, so you might as well make use of him, and he was useful today. But you know what? Maybe that benching sparked something. So if you guys don't want to play hard, I'm paying you $9 million, and you don't want to do it, I'll eat that one game that you don't play. I'll eat it. You feel me? But next game, I hope that I put a little fire in your belly so you can come out and play hard, because it didn't happen today. It didn't happen, it wasn't happening the whole season. So hopefully that's what it is, man. Hopefully that's what it is. So Jeff King says, sure ain't Dable. All right. Joshua Thornton says, go Bills, just showing some love. 5-2, let's go, boys. Let's go, boys and girls. Joshua Thornton, man. That 5-2 looks better than 4-3. That 5-2 looks way better than 4-3. So I got an announcement to make for you guys real quick. A lot of you guys have been, let me just squeeze. Let me take that manscape balls of the game off. A lot of you guys have been asking for that. You guys like collaborations. Collaborations has been a thing that you guys like, and you guys seem to like the collabs that I've been doing. So I have a collaboration that I'm going to be pulling on this Tuesday. Y'all don't want to miss it. It's going to be a double collab. It's going to be Tuesday and then one on Friday. Friday's going to be unorthodox because I'm going to be live Friday at the same time, but I'm going to be Friday early. So let me break that news to you guys right now. So there's going to be a collaboration with myself and another Bills content creator by the name of Dan Mitchell. You know who that is. That's the Don Mafia. That's my guy. So he's been doing his thing. We've both been doing our thing right now. Super busy. And let's keep it a buck here. Those are the two places that most of y'all will go when you want for Bills content, right? When you want the analytics, maybe you go to Cover One. But when it comes to like everything overall, the top dogs are that's who it is, man. So it's gonna be myself and Dan Mitchell. We're gonna be running it on Tuesday night. So let me tell you, man, he's gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it. It's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be something else. So you guys better tune in on that Tuesday, this Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's gonna be on the Buffalo Fanatics channel, and then on Friday I'm gonna be joining him on his channel with two other Patriots fans or Patriots content creators. You know, we're gonna let them have it. We're gonna talk a lot of shit, and we're gonna let them have it. So be ready for that. And we're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be fun. And it's all about Bills, man. It's Bills content, man. When we winning, it feels good. We could talk about it, but when we losing, it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. So you already know, man. You know, I cuss. He cusses. So that's just the show it's gonna be. But it's gonna be on the Buffalo Fanatics on Tuesday. So be sure to tune in. Cause ain't no other show that's gonna be popping like that. That's just what it is. And then it's gonna be again on Friday. So that's what it's gonna be, man. Taco Tuesday is gonna be Rico and Dan Tuesday. That's what it's gonna be, man. So that being said, overall, let me get my final thoughts on this game today. It was good to get the W. It was good to get the feeling of winning, again. But let's all be real with each other. Let's be honest with each other. It wasn't that impressive of a win. We didn't impress anybody. If they're going in there thinking that we did all right and we're back on it, let me tell you something. No sir, Bob. We are not even close to being out of it because we took two ugly losses against the Chiefs and against the Titans. And I don't care what anybody's wanting, but it was a really close call and close game against the Chiefs. No, they fucking blew us out. They blew us out. They could have did it worse if there was no rain. They ran all over us. They did what they want with us. We had 22 minutes of possession. They had damn near 40 minutes of them. So let's cut it out, right? So, but a win is a win. We got the win, but overall, we got to see some nice things today. The defense decided to step up. They decided to come in and say, okay, let's get our shit together. Let's get after the quarterback. Let's put some pressure. Let's turn the ball over. We got an interception out of it today. We got 2 interceptions. So we were able to turn the ball over and create pressure and create havoc. So that's the very same thing that we've got to do to Cam Newton next week. But Cam Newton is not Sam Darnold. That's a different ball game. And the 49ers have a pretty good damn defense over there. So it's gonna be tough. But division games, like some of y'all know, division games are not easy. They're always played tough. So that's exactly what we're going to need from the Bills. We're going to play them tough. We're going to play them rough. We're going to freaking get after the quarterback. We have to. We got to push that line back. And we got to get every dollar, every cent worth that we have invested in that damn D-line to go after the likes of Cam Newton and the damn Patriots. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it, that's why we did all this shit. We paid all these people to win the division. That's the point. You win the division, you're going to the playoffs. That's a fact. Right? Now with the way things are set up, if you win the AFC, you got yourself a bye. So, I mean, we got a lot of ways to go. It's a lot of season left. We just got to take care of business. So, that being said, I'm glad we got the win. You got me saying 4-3. We're 5-2. The 2 losses coming to the best teams in the AFC. And I think we're one of the teams that if we get our shit together, we can be very good. We can be amongst the top in the AFC. We just got to prove it. But we've got a very tough stretch of games coming ahead. But like I said, one game at a time. Like I've been saying, one game at a time. One game at a time, we got to get it. We got to show who the big dogs are in the AFC East. We've already taken down the Dolphins. We've already taken down the Jets twice. You know what I'm saying? We just got to finish off those 2 bums, and then we got to get that shit. So, folks, but Bills are 5-2. We'll take that dub. There's a lot of things that we can learn from it. There's a lot of things that we can say, all right, we did better. But at the end of the day, a dub is a dub, like they like to call it. So that being said, it's been great. It's been fantastic. I thank y'all for tuning in to the Rico Report, hosted and always on the best network in the business. That's the Buffalo Fanatics. If you have not gone to get your merch, y'all need to go. I'm telling you right now, man. People were asking me where I got my sweater last week that I was, a couple days ago that I was wearing, called Snub City, and the city of Buffalo is in the background. Y'all need to go to BF Fan Shop. This is where you get all your merch. Get all your merch. And if you know what, I'm gonna start giving my codes out. I'll start giving my codes out. That way you guys can get a little percentage off. I might give you a little something, right? You gotta be watching on the Rico Report. If you guys don't follow us on Twitter, you need to go and follow us on Twitter. That is where all our heat comes from. That's a lie. Our heat comes from IG. So hit up our Instagram. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. Everything social media is Buffalo Fanatics. That's what it is. That's our website. That's where we do all our blogging, all that good stuff. And if you're not hitting up the chat with BF, with the Flick Chat, you guys are bugging. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, it's RealRico_BF. Hold it down. And until next time, it's your boy. And I'm gone.